Hey folks, see Rachana Ranade here, and I welcome you all to yet another Thursday live stream. What's wrong with my voice? Okay, had a very long day, still at office. Had a shoot today, so to be honest, I'm really tired. But yes, I want to update you with the latest happenings. I hope you have watched yesterday's video and day before yesterday's video. Both videos were extremely important. If you were to get a hang of what is happening in this tariff war, how is US positioning itself? Why are they doing what they are doing? How is China retaliating? All these points have been covered in my yesterday's video and day before yesterday's video. Pooja, if you can just paste the link of those two videos and also put the links in the pinned comment and in the description box. Everyone will be able to see it. Rajesh ji is asking, where are your specs, ma'am? They're right here. Ta-da. I had a shoot, and when it is my shoot, my channel shoot, I never do makeup. I never put on lenses. Nothing. But when some external shoots are to be done, तो उनका रहता है. Madam will put lenses and we'll have some little bit of makeup and this that. तो थोड़ा करना पड़ता है, ठीक है. चलो, anyways. Okay, so let's get to our key discussion today. I hope you have checked out markets, US markets yesterday. They went up like anything. Crazy rally in the US markets. Just to give you a sense of how much US markets went up. For that, let me just show you some numbers. And if you see here, is my screen shared? No. Screen share. Entire screen. Okay. How did the markets react yesterday? If you can see here, S&P 500 rose by 9.5%. Okay, this was the third biggest single day gain since World War II. Oh my God, 9.5% up in a single day. How did Dow Jones react yesterday? 7.87% up. This was the sixth biggest percentage gain since World War II. And if I were to talk about Nasdaq rose by 12.16% today. And this was the second biggest gain on record. I'm sure for those, I mean, those who have been reading the news, they know about it already. But for those who have not been reading about the news, I'll quickly give you a sum up of what is happening between US and China. Okay, so this is a super quick sum up. Have a look at this quickly. Uh, Before the tariff war, US used to impose 20% tariff on China. Okay, everyone please pay attention. Before the tariff war, US was imposing 20% tariffs on China. On 2nd of April, US said we are going to impose additional 34% tariff for you. So now original 20 plus new 34 comes up to 54% tariff. What happens next? On 4th of April, China retaliated with additional 34% tariff on US. In short, what did China say? US, you are imposing 34% tariff to us. We'll also impose 34% tariff to you. Tit for tat. US said, Acha, you are imposing 34% tariff on us. We'll impose additional 50% for you. So 34 तो हमने anyways we had levied. 34 plus 50 is equal to 84% additional tariff for you. China said, Acha, you are imposing 84% additional tariff in total. We'll also do that. So now any product which is coming from USA to China, we'll also impose 84% tariff. For those who have played this game in cards, we call it as challenge. And we say, Auric, the Upar, Auric, ऐसे चल रहा है. When US is saying 34% additional tariffs, China is saying, okay, we'll also put 34% tariff. US is saying additional 50%, China is saying, okay, additional 50% tariff. And then finally, on 9th, Trump increased this tariff to 125% on China. So what do you mean by 125%? Let's understand. If China was exporting something to US at 100, be it $100, 100 renminbi, whatever, 100 yuan, it's also called as yuan. So let's say at 100, China was exporting to US. Now on that 100, a tariff of 125 will be levied, and that same product will be available at 225 now. Crazy, right? Okay, this was done, agreed. But then why did the markets rise when such a war was happening between USA and China? What was the logic behind market rising? I'm going to talk about the logic, but just before the announcement came in, there was a tweet by Mr. Trump which apparently got deleted later. But this was the Trump. Mr. Trump says this is a great time to buy DJT. DJT. When I read it for the first time, I said maybe it's Donald J. Trump. But DJT is also a stock symbol for Trump Media and Technology Group, which is the parent company of President's social media platform Truth Social. Wow, wow, wow. Here, Mr. Donald Trump has given a direct tip to the investors that you can buy DJT. It's a great time to buy DJT. And DJT went up by 21.67%. Okay. Not only this stock went up by 21.67%, like I showed you, all these indices also shot up 9%, 7%, 12%. All these indices shot up, but why? There is a reason for that. And the reason was that within 4 hours, so 4 hours later, this news came up first, good time to buy. And within 4 hours, so this is 9:37 a.m. and this is around 1:18 p.m. 4 hours later, what happens is that he says that I am going to authorize a 90 days pause and a substantially lowered reciprocal tariff during this period of 10% with immediate effect, but this is ex China, except China. He's saying, based on the lack of respect that China has shown to the world's market, I'm hereby raising the tariff charge to China by the United States of America to 125%. And he's saying he had effective immediately. And so for China, 125%, and for all other countries, for the next 90 days, he is going to bring it down to 10% reciprocal tariff. Okay. So was this a great news? Yes. Immediately, US markets cheered this news. Okay. US indices went up, agreed. Look at how US stocks looked like. Everything in green. Almost all stocks in green. Look at it, it is in green. Now look at the world market scenario. World market scenario also, if you see here, Canada, almost all major stocks in green. Ireland, almost all major stocks in green. Same is with UK, Netherlands, Germany, France, Belgium, Brazil, Bermuda, Cameroon, all these, Japan. Okay, India, no green. Are we were closed today. Had markets been open today, even our index would have also shot up with this news. Now, there's a great chance that this reaction comes up into our market tomorrow, and that is the reason why I gave this thumbnail. Could there be a big rally in the market tomorrow? This is the rally that all the global indices have already given. We have not given that rally. So, ideally, there's a great chance that we may really rally nicely tomorrow. Okay. Now, you might be like, okay, Rashna, wait. All other countries rallied, India may also rally, agreed, but why is China rallying? What is the reason why China is rallying? There is still a tariff on China. Then in that case, shouldn't Chinese market have fallen down? Of course, yes, Chinese market should have fallen down. But then maybe possibility number one, market is stupid to just ignore this. Possibility number two is that China is saying, "Arey, tum kitna bhi tariff laga lo. Whatever tariff you want to impose, no worries. We will sell it to the US, and that way 10%." And how could that be done? Simple. Possibility number one, China sells to Singapore as an example, and Singapore will then sell to USA, or China will sell to some other country, and that some other country will sell to USA. In simple words, they may say, just to ignore that big 104% tariff, we may route our products through a different country. Okay, that is a possibility. So that is how the overall markets are placed right now. This was what had happened till yesterday, but still, of course, there is one looming fear. We did discuss about tariffs, that how things could ease out in all other parts of the world except China, of course. But still, has the fear gone away? Still, fear has not gone away. I hope you have seen my video on tariff. Could be just something that they are trying to do, but there is something way more which is lying behind this tariff thing. There is a great possibility that US actually wants to finish off, or US wants to have a solution for the big debt refinancing which is coming up. And to solve for that debt refinancing. Maybe they are actually doing something for China. Oh, is that so? Tariff is now raised to 145%. Is this because when we were preparing for this live stream, till then it was not 145%? Is this a new news? If you can just confirm others. To what I know, till till we were preparing this live stream for China, it was what, 125%, if I'm not mistaken. From 125% already taken to 145%, or what? Just let me know, everyone, if you can just cross check once and let me know. Acha, yes. Wow, 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 wow. Very good. So basically, now rather than US versus the new, Samir is saying yes, yes, new 145. Kya baat hai? So like I said, na, in challenge we say no, upar ek. China and USA are doing that right now. So this is beyond our understanding. This is going to create some sort of havoc. No second thoughts on that. Is US market reacting negatively? It is 104. क्या हो रहा है? 1 minute. Let me check. New tariff on China. Is that so? Some people are saying on hold, raises taxes to 125%. 29 minutes ago, Trump tariffs on China now total 145%. White House clarifies. Ooh, will jump to 125% immediate effect. So I'm just reading it right now. I don't think it makes sense reading out that quickly. But yes, ideally, what I saw right now, that's 29 minutes ago, and that says 145%. Absolutely, yeah, 38, 29, 38 minutes back. Oh, kya baat hai. This is going to create some roller coaster in the market. Uh, I mean, look at the US markets. Oh God, let's check this. See, if I were to go on a monthly time frame, by the way, also have a look at this. Huh? One very nice thing that I found out. See, this was January 2022. This was the high that the US markets had made in Jan 2022. Since then, it was a correction of almost 27%. From here, went back to its original position, broke out, and this is where we can see a retest. Amazing retest, right? This is S&P 500. This is a monthly candle, and this retest happened exactly this week. This is the retest that we saw, and now going back to daily candle, you can see here that this is the mother candle which has been formed, and this is like a baby candle inside this. So we also call this as an inside bar that is being formed today. And today we can see that S&P 500 is down by almost 4%. But net, if you see here, this candle is like 9.5%. Today's candle is 4%. So still a room for 5% increase for Indian market. So I'm sure everyone is really wanting to understand about what if this tariff war goes on. If this tariff war goes on, could it bring in recession? Because that is what people are fearing also, right? That if this tariff war were to continue, could this bring in recession? And if yes, many people still have this question as to what could be the levels that we should look out for if recession were to hit. So I hope everyone has checked out Har Ghar Investor. I've been talking about this. Absolutely, last 1 or 2 rows remaining here and there. Thoda this corner, this corner. The event happens this Saturday, day after tomorrow. Absolutely, last few tickets left in the corners. Uh, so anyone who has still not booked for the Har Ghar Investor event, the links are going to be there in the pinned comment and in the description box. I'm going to specifically focus on the recession possibility in this Har Ghar Investor event. I'm going to talk about past recessions, how have they played out, and what can we learn from the past recessions, which we can apply in the current recession. I'm going to talk about which sectors am I going to avoid, which sectors I'm going to watch out for. And of course, no second thoughts. We are also going to talk about money management. There's going to be a separate section on question and answers because I'm sure people will have a lot of questions. So to take all those questions, I'm going to have a separate Q&A session. And for fun, we are going to have games, selfies, everything. So anyone who is in Bangalore, who is near Bangalore, your friends are in Bangalore, let them know. Last few tickets remaining. Our event is going to happen day after tomorrow, and the location is also like 2 minutes walking distance from Bangalore metro. So that was an important update for the Bangalore guys, right? Very close from metro. So waiting to see you there, right? Okay, with this, let us quickly check on some questions. Asid asks that if there are chances of recession, can Fed cut the rates keeping inflation aside? That is the big problem with USA. People are feeling that there could be a stagflation also in USA. Stagflation is stagnation plus inflation. That is the worst thing for an economist. It's like a nightmare for an economist, because if you want to control inflation, typically what is done is interest rates are increased. If interest rates are increased, growth comes down a little bit. But if they are already into stagnation, they would want to increase the economic activity, and for that interest rates have to be cut. So क्या करे? If interest rates are cut, inflation will increase further. If interest rates are increased, inflation will go down, but the growth will also be hurt. So US could be in a fix if this happens. Is there more steam left in the gold rally? I really doubt. Not much, according to me. What are the recent stock of the month falling so sharply? Aditya, did you see the stock of the month video properly? In fact, while I was shooting the video, this is before Trump announced tariffs. This month, stock of the month was a classic example. And if you, I've also sung one line in that. Jor ka jhatka hai, zoro se laga. That line also I've said in the stock of the month video. So, in fact, this month stock of the month video was dedicated to a learning as to how can you analyze the impact of global events on a specific stock. The global event was Trump tariffs, and I shot the video before Trump tariffs were declared. And I have said this in the video that on 2nd of April, when Trump announces the tariffs, if he announces big tariffs, there can be a big problem for this stock, because for the company, almost 51% of their total revenue comes from exports to USA. So that was the biggest learning from the stock of the month, and that at I mean the shoot was done even before Trump tariff. So please understand, every stock of the month has a nice learning. So Deepak, again, your question is about the same thing. Stock of the months, just for those who are new to stock of the months, please understand that stock of the months are have got nothing to do with stock recommendations. If you're here for tips, please unsubscribe. Okay, this channel is mainly for education. The memberships are are there for those who want to learn how to analyze different stocks from different sectors. For a fact, I choose stocks which are fundamentally strong, but there could be scenarios where the stock is fundamentally strong, their product is good, the demand is good, but something is missing and something could go wrong. That something could go wrong was a classic example of this stock of the month, and I've explained that very clearly in the video. Please watch the video properly. All right. Why is gold falling if gold is a hedge commodity in uncertain market? Yes, as theoretically, yes, it's a hedge in uncertain markets. So ideally, it should go up, but also understand it has already risen quite a bit, and there'll be some cooling off when gold has risen so much. One important point that you have to understand is, even during COVID, when markets were going down, even at that time gold was also going down. So it is not like this is the first time that this interrelation has broken. During COVID also, it did happen that markets were going down and gold also went down. So this does happen in certain scenarios. Impact on power sector, I feel, will be very less, because it has got nothing to do with recession. Very less to do with recession. All absolutely teeny tiny related to recession. Is it a good time to accumulate US stocks or Indian stocks in current scenario? I'll be very honest, Ashwin. I've been talking about this quite frequently. I am not a big fan of US investing. Uh, Reason being very simple, that I feel that there are so many opportunities in the Indian market right now. I feel that it makes more sense for me to invest in Indian stocks. So for sure, Indian stocks. Uh, Anyone who feels that yes, I know for sure that my portfolio has some fundamentally strong stocks, then there are chances that one could think about adding in a staggered manner, though not at one shot. This is not a time for adding at one shot. We we could be somewhere close to the bottom, but we are not at the bottom. How the situation will impact jobs of Indians in USA for service industry? For service industry, so depends again which specific industry you're talking about. But if you're talking about jobs in America right now, I don't think that should be a big problem. Hmm. No stock specific buying or selling answers, but yes, I can tell you the moment you feel that whichever stock you have in your portfolio, if you feel that it is fundamentally strong, as I mentioned, anything in a staggered manner can make sense. Oh, sorry. Is there any online recording for this, ma'am, for people who's out of Bangalore this weekend? No, Bharat. No online recording. Sorry. Any other questions? Who will going to lead in this trade war? Good question, Manju. Who will lead this? US or China? I feel see, US is big, no second thoughts on that. But China will give them a tough fight. China is not going to just give it just like that, right? So I'm sure that China is going to put up a big fight, and this will surely, be something to watch out for. No second thoughts. Who will win is a very difficult question to answer. Oh, very impressive. Would love to collaborate for our up. You can sending you DM. On LinkedIn, I'm not sure whether, I mean, my team handles it, but so many DMs. Maybe you can just drop an email at support@rachanaranade.com. That's it for you. Support@rachanaranade.com. Oh, sorry, I said support. Just ignore that R. Support@rachanaranade.com. Okay. Impact on medical device industry. I don't think there'll be much impact on that. For pharma, he has mentioned that he's going to impose tariffs. So understand that for pharma also it could be a problematic situation. But if you're talking about medical devices per se, I don't think that should be a big problem. क्या बात है Ashwin, thank you so much. Ashwin has always been supportive, and Ashwin really feels that more and more people should learn, and he has gifted 5 memberships. Thank you so much, Ashwin, means a lot. So who's going to be the lucky ones who get this membership? Nikhil, Neeraj Chopra, Sai Srujan, Shriram P, and Chirag. क्या बात है. You are the ones who have gotten these memberships that have been gifted by Ashwin. Big shout out to Ashwin. Thank you so much once again. All right. Any other quick questions? So many members joining in today as well. A lot of members being added. Thank you. Thank you for joining memberships also. Okay. Ooh, Bapre, your DP is scary. Huh? I'll not look at that. Okay, I've noticed that the Indian rupee has been declining against the US dollar and British pound. Could you please explain the key reasons behind this depreciation and its impact on Indian economy? Oh God, I've done this in one of my previous videos, but Indian rupee falling was primarily because of FIIs pulling out money from our market. But if you have seen, INR has stabilized quite a bit. If I were to pull out INR USD INR chart, let me just share that. So you can see here, we were at crazy levels, 87.9, at almost 88, and we are at 86.15 right now. Went down to almost 84.96, saw some move upside, but today also we are down by almost 0.5%. So we've cooled off quite a bit, and this is ought to happen again. That's what I told. Because of this 90 days pause, ideally we should open in green tomorrow. How much in green is the question, but maybe somewhere around. So I'll tell you the logic. The indices, US indices yesterday went up by almost 9%, and today they are down by almost like 4%. So we still have a 5% gap to cover. So will be interesting to see whether we get this 5% rally or not. But before we sleep, if US market sleeps, oops, sorry, that was a very bad joke. Before we sleep, if US market slips into red, SLIPS slips into the red, then then we may miss out on the big rally. Are Indian renewable stocks impacted with this trade war? Don't think so. Not to a big effect. Oh, this is because China versus US is still heating up. Uh, just now we saw, right, like half an hour ago, he has still increased tariffs on China. So it is going to bleed. Stock specific, but both are fundamentally strong stocks. FMCG will get comparatively less impacted. Absolutely. All right. That is it. Almost whatever questions I got as pop up, almost all answered. I'll be honest. I'm tired today. It's 9:30, but I've started my day at 6 in the morning, and pretty much tired. Had some shoots lined up, plus the event preparation. Uh, so please check out the link in the description and in the pinned comment. Again, a big thank you for the amazing response for the Bangalore event, and I'm sure it's going to be fun. Last few seats remaining. Anyone who has still not booked, please go ahead, book your tickets. I'll see you at the Bangalore event, and I'll see you in the next Thursday live stream. Today only half an hour. I'm tired. Next Thursday is other lamba karenge live stream. Okay. So I'll see you in the next one. Till then, take care. Jai Hind and bye bye.